Welcome to another episode of Chatting with the Cardinals. I'm your host, Cooper Welch, and today we're sitting down with the head coach of the men's basketball team here at Lamar University, Tic Price. Thank you for joining us today.
No problem.
I'd shake your hand, but we have all those guidelines from the CDC, so that or Air 5 or something.
There you
Thanks for sitting down with us. We just wanted to chat with you about some of the things that were going through your head when you were at the tournament and your season was cut short after a big win over our big rival, McNeese. Then we're going to talk some about what the future looks like for the program and wrap it up with some of the lighthearted stuff.
Okay.
So first, just talk us through your day. I understand that you guys were getting prepared for the game at the Southland Conference tournament in Katy. So what were the thoughts going through your head as the day progressed?
Well, we had just finished a team breakfast, and we looked at some film on Nicholls State. So we went to Katy High School to kind of go walk through some game preparation type things, how to guard their different actions, got some shots up, and I happened to have my cell phone in my pocket. I'd never take my phone on the court. But anyway, it buzzed, and I saw Marco's name, and Marco Barnes said, Coach, this is, we have suspended the rest of the tournament, and so you need to make sure you let the team know. So at that point, I blew the whistle, gathered everyone in a circle, and said we will not be playing conference tournament for the rest of the Southland Conference tournament. And so I saw the head dropped. And so it was my job to say, look, this is a very unprecedented situation. I felt like it was my job to empower our players to understand that there are certain things that's more important than basketball, and this was a very important issue. And so I said it briefly. A lot of people are dying from coronavirus, and we have to take precautionary measures. So it was at that point I said, look, let's put it together. So we came together and broke, said strong together. Said, let's go back to the hotel, pack up, and head back to Beaumont. And that's kind of how it happened.
All right. Obviously, your season's over, but the parts of basketball that continue on after the season ends, the working with guys that are coming back next year, the recruiting, the things like that are also kind of cut short at this point, and who knows when that's for sure coming back. So what is some of the stuff that you're going to be working on, both as an individual, and what's your staff going to work on during this time that recruiting and things like that are prohibited?
Well, we can make phone calls
Right.
from a recruiting standpoint, so we will be on the phone quite a bit at this point to try to encourage guys to take a good look at Lamar University and try to put ourselves in a position when it's time to visit schools that they will come and take a look. And then we still have academic stuff that we'll be doing online. So our assistant coaches act as academic coaches along with Aline Thiel. And so we'll be monitoring their online activity with their courses. And so all four of my assistant coaches have like 3 guys to 4 guys that they monitor. And so we'll probably FaceTime, do a group FaceTime. 4 guys will have like 9 to 11, and then the next group will have like 11:30 to 1:30. It'll be 2 hours. And then the guys that's not the burgomasters on the team have 2 study halls in which we'll also have them do. And so in any schoolwork that they do, they are to send screenshots of what their grades are, so we'll know that what they're saying is consistent to what they're doing.
No surprises.
Yeah, exactly. So we're monitoring their academic progress as well as from the recruiting standpoint, stay on the telephone and talk to the key guys in which we like.
Yeah. Well, you went into it a little bit, but what did you say to TJ and VJ when their senior season was cut short after y'all ended it on such a high note, beating McNeese in the first round of the tournament?
I told both of them how proud I am of them.
Mm-hmm.
I thank them for all they did for our program, helped develop a culture that others to follow. They had a lot to do with our big turnaround. Mm-hmm. TJ came in, a local guy from Beaumont, decided to stay home, and as a freshman averaged 2 points a game and ended up his senior year averaging around 17 points. Mm-hmm. Probably the last 5 or 6 games averaged about 20-some points. And it made all second team, all conference. And I thought that what he did was spectacular. But even though he's a good basketball player, off the court, he's a great person. Mm-hmm. And then VJ Holmes, very mature. Both of them lead by example, but VJ was second in the conference in steals and second in assists. So they can go down and history at Lamar as one of the key guys to help take Lamar basketball as one of the few teams that go to the Southland Conference tournament for 4 straight years. So they had great careers, and obviously I'm sure they want to continue to play because the ultimate prize is to get to the NCAA tournament. That's what we all play for. Mm-hmm. And we had planned to shock the world, and we didn't get a chance to shock the world. I think we got shocked a little bit.
Yeah, the world shocked you back.
Yeah.
Well, what's it been like? I know you've talked to a lot of coaches around the country. What has been their mindset with just the whole of what college athletics revolves around in a lot of ways, March Madness just not being this year?
I think that we all kind of left it up to the powers that be, mm-hmm. Administrators. We have to trust their decision. The experts who knows more about coronavirus than I do, and we all have agreed to just kind of wait to see how this plays out, and then we'll move forward as we learn when and when not to do certain things. Mm-hmm. But right now, we're just trusting the brains behind everything, the doctors, mm-hmm. The Surgeon General, and then the administration here, as well as the people in the front office of the Southland Conference. Right. They're all putting their heads together, and they're coming up with a plan, what's best for our student athletes, our fans, as well as our coaches.
All right. Well, let's switch to a little bit more lighthearted stuff. What was your favorite moment from this 2019-20 basketball season?
My favorite moment probably was beating McNeese in the first round of the tournament. I liked the character of this team. They showed an ability to bounce back after a very disappointing loss a few days before the first round of the tournament. I liked the way they were a lot focused. They were very businesslike in their approach. But to beat McNeese by 21 points in the tournament, to me, made me very proud as their coach. And I think that there's some good things ahead for Lamar Cardinal basketball.
Absolutely. So we've seen, the news footage of stores being sold out of toilet paper and of water and canned goods and things like that. But there's also stuff that people are stocking up on that, it's their personal thing that they got to have through this time. We were just wondering, what's that one guilty pleasure that you always have to have with you at your house? What's the thing that you just really just have to have during this time?
I don't like to tell everybody, and I hope my wife is not looking. Ice cream.
Ice cream.
That's my favorite. When she sleep, I'm eating ice cream, watching film. That kind of keeps me going. But I think to have your favorites this way is really not a good way to enjoy your favorites, because and until we know exactly how things are going to evolve, it makes everyone uneasy. But
Absolutely.
That freezer's got to have some ice cream in it.
Yeah. What's your flavor?
I eat all kinds.
All kinds? All right. Is there
and Mountain Dew has got to be somewhere close by.
Sure.
James Dixon
Sure.
and I fight over Mountain Dew on the road trips.
Is there a special way you like to eat it? With a slice of pie or some toppings or anything like
Absolutely. Got to
Yeah.
have some type of pie
Mhm.
or ice cream. But to have a la mode just makes the moment very special. I sing happy birthday to me every time I eat dessert.
All right. Well, our last question for you today is just what's the thing you're most looking forward to when, at least for now, things come back in August?
I look forward to having our guys back. We get back to work. The smell of the gym, the work ethic, helping our guys get better. Just the day-to-day operations. Looking forward to everything getting back normal again. Having staff meetings with my assistant coaches. And just knowing that we're making a difference with our young people. While they're away, I don't feel like we have the pleasure to empower them the way we would like. So just having them back on a day-to-day basis is important to me.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for sitting down with us today, Coach.
All right, cool.
That's been another episode of Chatting with the Cardinals. We really hope you enjoyed your time with us today. And just another reminder, folks, keep washing those hands.